Yes, 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 yes. Game 5 is right here. The review time. People, smash the like on the video. One eye Steve in the building. Especially this main man. They call me the Dawn of Sport Entertainment. Back again on this one. How you all doing, people? It has been a fantastic week. I tell you, I was thinking at some point Arsenal was going to nick it. But I tell you, Johnson said, no, come back here. He has to be 2-2. But we're going 2-2 all around. I tell you, Arsenal are fuming. Manchester United fan, we are also fuming. Only Chelsea, they're happy. They are enjoying it. They are enjoying themselves. They like it that way. Also, Tottenham, they are back. But one team is curious that what is going on. But we all have the date. We're going to talk about everything tonight. I have the pleasure to welcome two people that are joining me tonight. Bishop all the way from Canada. Can you imagine? He's fuming. He's telling me what is wrong. Why can't we score? He's a Manchester United fan to the core. Also, Jeffers right there. He's a Arsenal fan. Can you tell me? He's telling me this morning, what the hell? What an hell of officiating is that? We are going to dissect. We are going to look into it. But first, if you are watching this for the first time, the energy is here. Smash the like on the video. Let me tell you another thing. Subscribe to the channel. What are you waiting for? Why are you looking at us? That what is going on? I tell you, we're talking about Don in the building. Let me welcome this man. He's telling me, let's get into it. Bishop, talk to me. You're welcome to the show, Bishop.
Hey, how you guys doing? This is the reviewed Game Week 5.
I tell you, I'm ready.
Very good time of football. We had lots of goals, lot of yellow cards, lot of referee decisions, and we spoke about it here on Friday. I said, what man killed this Arsenal match will be a referee. Red card. I said it, red card, and it happened. We're going to dissect it. Somebody was saying they should focus on it. They should not do this. Don't worry, we'll reach there. We'll talk about it. But I'm so happy to be on the show.
All right, you're welcome once again. Please smash the like on the video. Subscribe to our channel, One ISTV. Let me say it again, One ISTV. Let me welcome this man. Is an Arsenal fan to the core, to the bone. He loves Arsenal. Die. I'm telling you, his name is Jeffers. Jeffers,
are you really sure on that part? Because I can actually criticize that team as much as I like it. Anyway, we predicted a whole lot of these fixtures over the weekend, and no surprises. Well, they did turn out to be exactly how we expected them to turn out to be. Well, we had goals, we had yellow cards, we had red cards, we had managers getting sent off, we had decisions that immediately you might want to ask, what on earth is going on with this side? But basically, it's the Premier League. You don't actually take your eyes off from the very first whistle of the first match up onto the very final whistle of the last match. It's all packed, and obviously, definitely, that's why we are here, to break it all down and actually start to pinpoint the key areas in each game. Great to be here.
All right, good to be here. Please, once again, we move on to this one. The first game we want to review tonight is going to be Chelsea nicking this one 3-0. I can't believe it, though, Bishop, I'm going to start with you. It be like say Chelsea they cook, forget it, 3-0.
They are not cooking.
Can you imagine?
They are not cooking anything.
They are not cooking anything at all. West Ham just made it easy.
They met a disjointed West Ham defense, very disjointed defense. And I expected nothing less. They took advantage. There's nothing to talk about this one. The West Ham did not show up. And at halftime, even before halftime, the crowd turned against them. Everybody thought again, like, what are you guys? The coach was screaming from the touchline. I'm sure there will be many changes in their next match. But for Chelsea, they are now calling their coach the next Pep Guardiola. For them. I like the ginger, but let them just know this: it's only Man City they've played. And we're going to get to Arsenal because Arsenal is actually in a good position. Arsenal has played almost all the top team now. Just remaining, just maybe Chelsea, and I'm not even putting Chelsea in the top team. Maybe Man U. So we'll see where it goes for them. But for Chelsea, good victory. The next game is, I think, Brighton. So we'll know where they go.
We'll know where they. Yeah. All right. And let me ask Jeffers. Jeffers, what's going to happen to this coach now? West Ham. Are you seeing this guy? what's his name?
Lopetegui.
Lopetegui. Sorry.
Julian Lopetegui. Yep.
Yeah.
They call him J-Lo, actually.
J-Lo.
Yeah. West Ham fans call him J-Lo.
Are you seeing a
I
bit
think
sad? Because it's not working. This system is...
I'm not sad.
Talk to me.
I'm not sad. Remember I said this on Friday. I said this is just going to be a case of karma. It's happening. Because this is it. West Ham had a manager who gave his all. And we saw what actually happened. We saw how he was rewarded. The same fans who actually turned on David Moyes are also turning on Lopetegui just 5 games into the season. The truth is this. I watched that game. I was able to watch that game. I watched the full 90 minutes. And in the first 5 minutes, I could already picture an exact play of a previous match they also had at the London Stadium. That particular game was a game against Arsenal last season. What was the scoreline? It was 5. That was how porous and how open West Ham were on Saturday afternoon. The first goal, I don't know how you will let Jackson run all the way from that point, all the way to your 18, and he gets the chance and the space to put it in. No one held him. He was free. Less than 5 minutes after, another opening, another chance, and he scored. And then the second half, you don't give Cole Palmer that kind of space. He's done it time and time again. He will bury you. The thing is this. This is the point whereby I think we need to start asking Lopetegui some questions. Question number 1. You need to decide if you're going to start with Antonio. Or you're going to start with Fulkrug. Fulkrug is injured currently. Or you're going to use Danny Ings. Because we need to understand if West Ham actually have a point of focus in attack. I didn't see any in that game. I think their most sharpest spark of attack in that game was actually Somerville. And Somerville is a winger. It begins to ask the question like, okay, you've gone ahead to get the players. Now, the question is, what is your strategy? Because this is game week 5. This is game week 5. I think you've only won 1 match. He's won only 1 match. Yeah. He hasn't won the rest. His team is looking in shambles. There is no direction. There is no focus. And the truth is this. If he does this for 2 more games,
I think
he will get fired.
Absolutely.
He will get fired. No argument about that.
All right, moving on to Aston Villa with Wolves. I'm starting with you, Bishop. Bishop, the match ended. I'm seeing Aston Villa is a massive. I think they are new team. We can say top 6. They are absolutely there.
Okay, so the problem with Aston Villa is that they concede goal easily. That's one of their problems. So if they are going to be a top 6, a traditional top 6 side, then they have to stop this conceding of goals. It was because Man City and Arsenal played themselves yesterday. Both of them would have gone with a clean sheet. So you need to keep up with these guys. Keep your clean sheet. Don't just concede goals like that and believe that, oh, we can always come back. They've always done this. Against Everton, they did it. They did it against Everton. They came back from a go down to 2-1. They came and won the match. It will not always favor you like this. Someone might say it's an hallmark of champion, but it will not always favor you like this. It's not every game you should go behind. But for them, every game they try to go behind. So let's see how they pick it up. Their defense is their attack is looking scary. But Watkins, I'm still putting it. I think the coach is still find a way of inculcating Durant to the starting lineup. I think Durant for now, I'm not saying it's better than Watkins, but for now, it's better than Watkins. On present form and everything, it's better than Watkins. So I don't know how he's going to inculcate that boy into the team. If he doesn't do that, by next season, that guy is leaving. Just take it, the guy is leaving.
Whoa, massive.
Personally, I feel he should still leave Watkins on the bench for now. Because it's as if whenever Durant, because it's as if whenever Durant comes in, he brings in another spark to that attack. And I've actually noticed it. In every game he has come in as a substitute, this season. He scored. Except for the Arsenal game. That was the only one he didn't. But every other game he has scored. If you notice one thing, he scored 3 goals so far in the Premier League. Is it 3 or 4 so far? All the goals have been outside the 18, except for Saturday's one. It was basically he just walked that one in because they had already done all the major job. I think for Villa have to look at that defense obviously because I think maybe they're still missing Tyrone Mings. But Mings should be back any moment from now, I guess. Yes, he should be back any moment from now. So I guess maybe by that time, maybe they might have a bit of showing up in that defense time. But a good result for them against Wolves. Wolves, I think Wolves might need to start getting worried because now is a case of you're playing good football, but the results are not coming. If this continues, no one will blame the players. We'll blame the manager for it. And we know what happens whenever that happens. The manager has to go, obviously.
All right. Yeah. Moving on to this one. Fulham versus Newcastle. Bishop, again. I think Fulham, are we supposed to be scary of this team as well?
We are not scared. Scary for Fulham.
For Fulham. One try.
All these ones are mid-table. They will finish mid-table. We know them. 13, 14, 11, 12, 13, 14. That's their position. Yes, so I'm coming for you, Didon. Yeah. You were the one ailing Newcastle on Friday. I said this team is not, they are the shadow of themselves. This Newcastle team, maybe they need to rejig the squad because what I watched, I actually watched a little of the match. What I saw was very, very pathetic. Like, Fulham doesn't even have a good defense. Fulham defense is not that strong. And they couldn't even penetrate. They were depending on Gordon and the likes of them to run. Isak, we're talking of Watkins not on form. Isak is another striker not on form.
Yeah.
So how they will bring him to form, I don't know. They need to find a way. And for Fulham, after looking at all the Arsenal boys they packed, I expected nothing less. So the old Arsenal boys are playing for them. Nelson scored. Smith Rowe scored. Iwobi is controlling things from the midfield. Everything is working. So
are you sure that's not 2.0?
That's not 2.0. Yeah.
They're actually doing well. They are doing well. So I'm looking at them. These ones, they will not. The highest they can finish is 10th. That's the highest they can finish. 10th. So all this one they are doing, we know when they will still start dropping points. Yes, all these ones. So they are playing well, fine, good football to also enjoy. If you want to enjoy good football, Fulham is one people to watch. But against the top team, they will get flogged throughout.
Oh my goodness! Moving on.
Please remind me to transfer Isak out of my FPL team. It's been a waste of expense. Honestly, it has to go.
No, I don't have Isak. No, I went for Vardy.
He has to go. Vardy too isn't scoring as well. That's the problem as well.
All right, Jeffers, this one, Everton scoring here 1-1 with their mate. Let's start.
Your first point.
You know the sad part. You know the sad part about this. You know the sad part about this game is the fact that
you tell me.
Everton had this one.
Yeah,
they had this game. It was in their hands, and once again, they let these guys come back in right at the end. Yeah. I think there is a problem somewhere that Dyche has got to fix. And I know he's one person who can actually fix it. I think it's the mentality of maintaining status quo to the very end. I've seen Everton play their last 3 matches. I've actually watched this Everton side play. And they play well. They play very, very well. They actually give as good as they can give. But the problem with Everton is this. Whenever they concede one goal, it's just as if everything goes downwards. The confidence is shocked. They forget themselves. They forget their positions. They just lose all effort. And then it makes it easy for the opponents to get back in. This was a game I really expected them to win. And my major worry with Everton this season is this. They are getting these results against sides on their level. When they start playing the big sides, what will happen? That's my major worry. That is my major worry. They are yet to face any of the top 6. I think they've only played Tottenham, right? They've only played Tottenham. They played Spurs, yes, and they lost to Spurs.
They played Villa.
They are yet to play. They've played Villa. Okay, they played Villa. They still lost to Villa. These were games that they were basically leading,
Yeah.
that they still lost. Now imagine what will happen against the top sides that basically will not even give you that chance to even smoke first. Those ones are already coming out for you from the onset. And if you decide to act crazy, especially when you play against teams like United that basically want to measure up the shoreline of the defense, and you are going to play against an Arsenal side, if they notice that you're starting to attack, they just go all around walls. How are you going to cope? That's my fear. It is games like this that we expect Everton to get points on the table. If they keep on dropping these games, they won't get it. And as for Leicester City, well, they are leaving it late. I hope they will try this thing in their next game, because I know it's going to be difficult. They are coming to the Emirates, they're playing Arsenal. I hope they will not look for all these late chances, because they will not get it, in all honesty.
All right, Bishop. Coming back to you. Liverpool 3. Bournemouth.
There's nothing to talk about.
There's nothing to talk about in this one.
I told you on Friday. I said Everton should get their 3 points. I don't know what happened.
Liverpool should get their 3 points. This one is not. It's not negotiable. It's not negotiable.
I knew Liverpool. The kind of thing I was even expecting to be like 6. I am very disappointed. It was 3. And yes, for Liverpool, I'll just point out Salah. I think Salah.
Salah.
I'll just point him out. It was so horrible. It was horrible.
God.
The assist he gave was not. It was horrible. Just like Jota. Jota has been dropped now.
Salah got me 12 points this week. I'm not complaining.
That 12 points was just, they were just dashing him points. He didn't do anything in that match. He didn't do anything.
I think, in fact, I'm being moved to actually move Salah out and bring in Diaz, because Diaz looks like a different player this season.
Yeah.
Totally.
Salah didn't do anything.
I have to change this guy, Salah. I have to just change it. Well, it is. Let's move on, because we don't have much to say on the Southampton mates. They are made themselves.
So you know, I said it on Friday.
Well, we said it again.
I said Southampton will get his 3 points in this match. Guess what happened? 90. The same thing that happened to Arsenal happened to Southampton.
90. The last kick of the game, they dropped it.
They dropped this, and I was shouting. I was like, I said these guys will win this match, because we were just. I was disappointed. I was like, just defend this ball. Just defend this ball. I'm sorry, they are going to get relegated. It's unfortunate. This was the match.
Quick one. Before they get relegated, I think we need to watch out for that young man in Southampton.
Yeah,
that teenager.
That guy is good.
He will leave that club. He is leaving that club by the end of this season. It's a certainty, because he's too good.
He's too good.
He is too good, honestly.
All right. Moving on to this one. Tottenham 3 and Brentford 1. They did well. Jeffers.
Early shocker. I think Brentford have made it special to this season.
They have chances.
I think Brentford has made it a habit this season that basically from kickoff they go at you. If you snooze, you lose on this one. Because they did the same thing against Man City. They basically scored with their first attack in the first minute. Against Tottenham, it was less than a minute. They just got the ball, went straight, and they scored. Now, the problem is this. What happens after? That is where they got smoked out. Unfortunately, there was nothing they could do. I think Spurs were already on another level when this game actually got to that point, and they got fished out with those goals. I think for Spurs, well, you might say this is more or less like a welcome result coming back from that defeat at the derby last week. But I think Postecoglou has got to state one thing clearly. I said it last week, and I'm still going to repeat it again. Spurs need to work on their defense, because it's looking as if every time an opponent gets a chance to actually attack that defense, there is always a 60% probability that they will go through. The defense is weak. Because what I'm seeing here is this. I'm looking at that Spurs defense line. I'm looking at Vicky van der Ven. He's fast, he's agile, he's sharp. But he's one man. The defense line is a 4-man defense line. Romero can decide to be a hero today and become a villain tomorrow. It's very, very possible. It's a case of Jekyll and Hyde in his own case. He could switch either way. Pedro Porro on the other side. I'm still yet to decide if Poe is actually a defender or a winger, because if you study the game for 90 minutes, Poe is mainly on the attacking side of the game, not defensive. So the thing now is this: any player who keeps on watching him can take a counter attack if he comes to the attack, and he has the whole wing to go through. No one is stopping him. On the other side, who plays on the other side for Tottenham?
Udogie.
Okay, Udogie. Udogie, I think I am seeing bits and pieces of Udogie, and I still feel Udogie also has his moments whereby he tends to lose himself. When you look at that setup, I begin to worry for Spurs, because when they face an ultra attacking side that is all out coming out for them, I hate to imagine what's going to happen. You already know you're already short up front, because Dominic Solanke, well, he's still under the radar. We're still trying to decide if he's actually what the amount he was bought for or not. You already have a short one in the case whereby Son is no longer playing basically as a winger. He's playing more or less like the creative midfielder, because Madison has been off form. They have no choice. That is why Madison is still playing. If they had an alternative, I believe he would have been on the bench by now. So basically, you now have to see Son dropping to the midfield. That gives the opponent the wings, that area to just camp and be happy. And I think Postecoglou has got to start to find a plan B, because believe you me, we saw the result he had in midweek in the Carabao Cup. It was disappointing to say the least. Spurs should be at the point whereby they should be challenging for a top four finish, not managing to get results. If this continues by the up to January, I know Daniel Levy. Levy is as ruthless as he is when it comes to signing players, the same way he also is as sacking coaches. He could kick him out. Obviously, they don't start getting results.
All right, Jeffers, moving on to this one. Okay, I think Brighton and Nottingham Forest. Bishop.
Crazy game.
You've come to Sunday, you jump to Man U's match. Man U played on Saturday.
Can we go back to that game on Saturday? I want to say something.
United game. Saturday evening.
United Palace was Saturday evening.
Yeah, Man U was Saturday evening.
I understand it could be frustrating to actually talk about it, but we need to talk.
So, Bishop, this game, Crystal Palace.
So I know.
Odumio.
But I know my United fans are disappointed. I was disappointed, but I said it here on Friday. If you go back to the record, I said Crystal Palace will be a strong test for them. Not because Crystal Palace is a good team, but because number one, Crystal Palace Stadium is very small. And number two, they've mastered the heart of the stadium. Number three, they have stubborn players in Crystal Palace. Then number four, they have Nketiah. Nketiah knows how to score against Man U. I'm surprised he didn't even score. Thank God for
He actually was close. I think he had the closest chance in that game.
Yeah. So I know there are some players that are terrorists to some club. So Nketiah is a terrorist to Man United. That being said, in this match, really, I'm going to just tell you, Ten Hag has nothing at fault in this match. Yes, you might call out Rashford. No problem. But starting Garnacho was not a wrong move. You might say Rashford is on momentum. What of when he was not on momentum? That we're calling for him to be benched. He was not benched. Now that he was on momentum, we're not calling for him to be benched. He was benched. He was benched. So what I'm saying is, Rashford might be okay. If Rashford has played, he might have scored. We can imagine that. But let's take a look at this match. I'm not judging Ten Hag from all over his match from the season. I'm judging him in this match. He did nothing wrong.
In fact, Bishop, you remember he started. This guy was on inside the lineup too. Ericsson
was there from the last time. Well. He played. He still maintained the same lineup, but he just removed Rashford and put Garnacho. That was the change from the last one.
That was a change in the squad. Yeah,
they made Man United created chance to score, but they didn't score. It is not Ten Hag chance. It's not Ten Hag's place to say put this ball in the net. Garnacho
eats the bar.
Garnacho eats the bar. Fernandes eat the bar. There was a ball they gave to Fernandes just play it in. He blew it off.
It was a rebound. It was a rebound.
Yeah.
The keeper had already saved the first ball. He came back to Hernandez to hit the rebound, and he hit it on the bar again.
No problem. So what I'm saying is those kind of games will come like that. But the unfortunate thing about Ten Hag is he's not permitted to have this kind of games. That's the problem. People like Pep can have this kind of game. Who excuse him, but not you, because you're already on your seat. This is part of the judgment they will give when he's going. This is part of what they will use and say, oh, because of this game and this game. The player let him down. For me, on Saturday, he didn't let the team down. The player let themselves down, and we have seen the result. Their next match, unfortunately for them, is Spurs. Yeah. They are going to and they are going to be Spurs. That's what I feel. They're going to be Spurs.
But Spurs will score
on Friday. No, definitely. Spurs will score. Everybody will score Man U.
Our defense is good now.
For this game, don't just. I'm not judging him based on this season. This game, he was not at fault in any of the issue, in anything. So Jeffers, you have the floor.
Jeffers, talk to me about this.
I think we have to give some kudos to Oliver Glasner with Crystal Palace, because I think if there's one thing he actually got right in this transfer window, it was that attack line. At least he has gotten out someone who I tend to call a what was the last term we had in the Nigerian elections? A placeholder. He took out a placeholder in attack and got a real striker this time. I'm talking about Jordan Ayew, definitely. Because if you notice one thing, since Ayew has gone to Palace, is he yet to score?
Absolutely.
No, he hasn't. But Nketiah is here. Nketiah's first game for Palace, his debut for Palace, he actually scored 2 goals. That was in midweek in the Carabao Cup. And you could see the movement, the positioning, the chances. You could see that obviously this is a major upgrade to what they had before. I think you might want to always give kudos to Maguire, because I think he's doing a good job in defense for Palace. I know people might be wondering, Newcastle might be wondering, what if we had just went over the bank and just paid the money? Honestly, it would be better compared to what they have right now, because that defense for Newcastle is actually a shambles. But this young man is actually justifying the reason why Newcastle went all out for him. He's actually giving the yeoman's job. Even in the absence of Anderson, it's as if he has already taken over the mantle of leadership with the squad, and I think he's living as is expected. Anyway, I'll say a good point. At least one thing Palace have done so far is the fact that this is the 3rd consecutive game now they've not lost to United at all. They're actually trying to get some things right in that aspect. Yeah.
All right. Bishop, Brighton versus Forest. The match ended 2-2.
The match ended 2-2, but the drama in this match.
The drama happened they happened in 1 minute.
Like there was drama in this match. In fact, I feel like if it was not because of Haaland, I feel this match it was the most dramatic match of this week.
Exactly.
But Haaland added his own, so the so this Forest. So I said Forest is going to get trashed on Friday. But when they started the match and Brighton was normally, I expected them to come out. They came out. I know he's playing one of the best defense I've seen. Like,
exactly.
I can't believe this was the guy that was turned around by Adigra in Nations Cup.
Nations Cup
final. Yes. So,
final.
He looks a different.
It's as if he's at home in England.
Yes,
honestly.
Like he played really well. The defense line really played well, and they have lost one of their most, in fact, not their most important player, Gibbs. So it's going. I think it's on his 2nd yellow card, so he's going to miss 2 or 3 matches. So
it's 1 match. It's 2 yellows, so it's 1 match. Yeah.
Okay. So they lost him, and the coach is also the assistant coach. That match was dramatic, and yes, it should be, because I want us to talk about that in Arsenal. I don't want to touch it. We'll talk about these silly yellow cards of a team. That is not a law in Champions League. I've watched I think we've watched week 1 of Champions League. People were kicking the ball away. Nobody was booked. How can you put? It is tactics. It is done in football matches. There are tactics In fact, they said they should have cancelled that start goal because there was the second goal because there was somebody in front of the keeper. Football is a contact game. This is not basketball. That any touch is a
If you
foul.
take the contact out of football,
Let's
you no
remove the
longer have
contact.
football again.
Yes.
I don't understand what is happening in football nowadays. No wonder everybody's becoming soft. They touch you, you are just
In fact, you
this
roll around
game
like a
was
little baby. What's wrong with you?
very dramatic match. The referee did not cover himself in any sort of glory in this match. Like I want us to talk about it in the Arsenal match when they were making this law. Who was there when the referee association was saying from next season anybody that kicks the ball away will be carded? How many clubs supported yes? Why didn't the club say, "Excuse me, is this a FIFA rule or
Is this a FIFA rule or a
why
Premier
are we
League rule?
bringing it?
Exactly.
Why you bringing this kind of? Is it in La Liga? Is this rule in La Liga or Serie A? Why you bringing rules that
Decisions like this kill the
Chelsea's
game.
last match? Chelsea's last match, we have almost 14 cards. What is
16.
going on? 16?
16 cards.
What
Yes.
is going on?
The two managers
Oh, yeah,
got yellow cards. That made it 16. That made it 16.
This is not NFL for crying out loud. This is not hockey.
Crazy.
If you want to play ice hockey, then let us know we are playing ice hockey. This is too much. They need to just scrap this rule. For this match, it ended in the way it should have ended. Because Forest does not deserve to lose this match. Because Brighton did not offer enough.
Did not offer anything. Yeah, exactly.
The best got the world free kick. The very nice free kick. I saw it. Very nice.
I think we really need to look at Welbeck, honestly. Since Welbeck got to Brighton, he hardly gets injured. One and two. Welbeck looks as if he's just 24, 25, and is as if he's at the form of his life. Where you realize, well, this guy is actually over 30. This was a Welbeck that we didn't see. We only saw this Welbeck at the initial stages at United.
United, yes.
He moved to Arsenal. Injuries became a major concern. In fact, it was actually injuries that made him leave Arsenal. He moved to Watford. The same thing happened. But since he got signed to Brighton, we've seen a totally new player.
Fantastic player.
We've seen a different player totally. This game had all the madness in 60 seconds. It was initially, yes, it was in 60 seconds because at that point, Brighton were leading 2-1.
Yeah.
Forest had the ball. I think there was an altercation. Then Morgan Gibbs White kicked the ball, got a second yellow and a red. Espirito de Santo was mad. He was basically mad at the referee. The referee walked over to him, gave him a red.
A red.
It was a straight red, yes. Brighton's manager was also complaining about certain things. The referee looked over at him, gave him a red, and the assistant coach of Nottingham Forest also got a yellow in this game. You begin to wonder. It's madness. You see, incidents like this, basically we want to have a game that is all about what happens on the pitch of play. And now if you're having a case whereby the referee is actually becoming a demigod right at the center of the field, it takes away all the excitement from the game. But anyway, result-wise, we expected it. I don't think there was anything different from what we saw.
I'm sorry, just to add. Okay, we'll get to Arsenal match. Don't worry. I'll say it in Arsenal because.
All right, moving on. Actually, this is going to be the next game, 2-2. But first, I want to actually put this together. Let's see how it turns out to be. All right, sit back. Guys, this game ended 2-2. Bishop, I'm going to start with you. You see, are we going to say the twist and turn in this game? The match ended 2-2. What's your own review about this game?
So I would have allowed Jeffers to go.
Okay, Jeffers.
I'll talk about the referee. Let me just talk about the referee.
Okay.
The pundits, and I'm going to Roy Keane. He should cover himself in shame.
He should cover himself in shame.
Spitting nonsense and rubbish. And I will ask him, I wish I was there. And I don't know, maybe Walcott and the rest of them were afraid of him. The first question I will ask him, you are a footballer, you've played this ball before. If you keep
exactly.
Were you being carded? What kind of rules is this? This kind of rules. What this kind of rule does is, number one, it takes away the emotion part of football. And I was saying it on the group, but I mean it. If this thing has happened in Nigeria, that referee will not leave that stadium.
No, he's gonna get beat. He's gonna get beat. Honestly,
we blame Nigerian league, but they are
my days.
I give kudos to the players for controlling themselves. I'm telling you, there are some things I cannot take, like Alan throwing the ball on me. No. There are some things I cannot take. We are going to end up getting banned from football. But I give kudos to the player for keeping their emotions on check. And somebody will now say a coach should still tell the players, it's like you've not played football before. Football is an emotional game. It's a passion. You have to play with passion. So imagine you putting all your sweat, all your hard work, all your labor, then a man that didn't even put as half as you have put just ruin the game for you because he
destroys it totally because he has a whistle in his mouth.
It is not fair to the players. It's not fair to the coach. Tactics were done. Do you think it's just easy to not draw a book and say this is the tactics? These tactics were built for months, years, and they've now executed it only for you to use your whistle to spoil the old tactics. And then if you say, oh, it's part of the rule, they call them together before the start of the season to tell them that if they kick the ball away, it's a yellow card. Fine. When they made that rule, was the club informed? Like, were they there when they said it? Did the club object? How many people signed that? It needs to be studied.
You haven't even gotten to the interesting part. There is something in that particular decision that was actually shocking. It was at halftime we began to hear statements. The commentator actually mentioned it. He said the referee said he gave the red card because of the fact that there was a tackle by Trossard right at that point. He said he gave the second yellow for the tackle. Well, when they communicated with VAR said what the referee told them was that he got the yellow card because he kicked the ball out of play. Now, my question is this: where is the consistency in officiating?
So, because they said the Man City player that kicked the ball, they said he was not stopping play.
Doku.
They said he was not stopping play. Kick the ball is kick the ball. We are not talking about. See, this law, when you bring this kind of law, this is what you cause. This is what happens when you bring this kind of nonsense law. That's why you have a Champions League. When you go there's some tackle, they just say play on. Because there's football.
You play to the whistle. Exactly.
When they give you, there are some tackles I was saying they were just blowing. But like, what kind of, are we watching softball now or netball? So let us know that football is a no contact. Let us just make a rule. It's a no contact game. So if you are fast, I'll just leave you. Go and score. Because it doesn't add up at all from what I'm seeing. I said it on Friday that this match can be spoiled by the referee.
You said so, yeah.
And it happened.
And he was scratching me. He was from the goal of the match. I was like, this guy will give a red card in this match. I just saw it in the magnitude of this match. As professional as he is, there's a level you apply wisdom. I said, I want people to enjoy this match. Two champions are playing. Let them have 11-11. No silly penalty. No silly fouls. Anything that happens, I'm going to be very strict and consistent. At least try to be 80% consistent. This guy was not even consistent. And for me, I think it is high time. They said, I saw a record. This guy has been the most referee that's given Arsenal the most red card. Arsenal
last season he was there. He officiated this game last season.
Arsenal should write a petition that they don't want.
We don't want to have Oliver in our games, honestly.
And again, so that this will be the last one they done. I'm talking of the field incident now. We'll still go to the field.
We saw what Haaland did.
No, sorry. One thing that will happen this season that I'm foreseeing. One team will walk out from the match before this season ends. One team will walk out and say we can't take this.
Exactly.
It's getting there.
Yeah,
it's getting
there.
Very close. It's close. They are closer to that place. A team will walk out and say we are not playing again. You people should take all the points. We are leaving the EPL for you. It's getting close. Haaland,
very annoying
for me. For what I saw from the clip,
Haaland should get a 5-match game, a 5-match or suspension for 3 games. Yes.
Number one, that was not sportsmanship. What he did was not sportsmanship
at all.
That's number one.
And even after the game was even worse.
I saw him speaking to Arteta again, and Arteta did not even answer. Arteta just passed.
He didn't answer him.
Like, what did they do after? Nobody. But if this was an Arsenal player, I'm very sure they would have come out and said,
red cards will flow. Red cards will flow.
So the VAR did not see that incident. let's say the referee did not see it, so the VAR did not see that incident.
Okay. Guess
All right.
what? Guess
Bishop,
what?
Bishop,
In the
Bishop,
ref
I'm going
report-
to point this. Hold on, Jeffers. I'm going to ask. There's this comment that Irate mentioned in the group chat. It says, but Arsenal fans needs to stop this rev agenda talks and focus on winning the title. Arteta should work on the team's discipline.
They can't stop.
Concerning the red card.
They don't. Let me tell you something why they can't stop.
All right.
See, you said they should work on discipline. I wish the Liverpool fans were here. Soboslai, or what does he call himself? The match they lost, he kicked the ball away. He was not yellow carded, and he was on a yellow card.
Good.
He kicked the ball away. He was on a yellow card, and he was not carded. If he was carded, see, these things will always come and say, because it has not rolled to your side. Don't worry. When it affects you, you come out.
We're getting there. We're getting there. Everyone will get to feel it, honestly.
Everyone will jump fast.
Yeah.
Everyone will get there.
Everyone will be fast.
Let us not depend on everybody get there. Let's depend on tactics, players, coaches, and everything. We have a beautiful match. Why is it that it's the referee everybody is talking about? Nobody is even talking about the goals, the beautiful debut goal, the tactics employed. Nobody is talking about that because this man.
I'm going to talk about it eventually. Yeah.
This guy has taken the
shine
of
the
whole match. You just want to be the actor of a good match that was going on. Please see. There's a wisdom you apply. You can call Trossard and say, "Oh, don't do that again." Half time is already there. Why must you give a card at that time? That's something. And again, the time. I'm going to talk about this. The time so extra time to the 90 minutes was 7 minutes.
Both halves was uncalled for.
No, let's go to 7 minutes. According to Opta, the ball did not leave the field. As in, that game had the less time that the ball left the field. The added time should have been more than 3 minutes.
Why the extra time?
Why the 7 minutes extra time?
Why 7?
See, nobody, and they said the Man City scored in 17 point something, so 97 point something. See, these things, and you said they should not talk. It's because you've not sweat, you've not labored, you've not worked hard, and somebody does throw all your work and say, "Well, imagine I say, Didon, we are going to construct a 500 multi-purpose business arena in Texas." Then you've drawn the plan, you've drawn everything. You say, "Let's start." I just come. No, we're not using your own. Let's use this. How will you feel?
Painful. Yeah.
That is what we are talking about. So that you call your friend and say, "Please don't kick the ball again." Yes, they will have that meeting, but they are not at fault. It is the organizers, it's the EPL people that should look themselves in the face and do the right thing.
All right, moving on to this, back to this game.
Jeffers, let me go on this game.
Start with you. You guys scored first. California.
No, they scored first.
City scored first.
City scored first. Alan scored first.
Yes.
Look at that.
I think that was basically that was Haaland's only contribution to that game. That was it. Because if you notice, Haaland was put out from that point moving forward. And one thing I've noticed with Haaland is this. This thing happened against Inter when he was caged. After the game, there was I don't know who that journalist was, but he put focus on Haaland at the full-time whistle. Haaland was actually seen bad-mouthing an Inter player, where he was basically telling him, "Come and take the shirt. Since you want the shirt off, come and take the shirt." It's becoming a habit, and he has to watch it. Because the truth is this, you know why Haaland is lucky? Haaland is lucky because of the fact that he didn't actually play in the Premier League during the era of Joey Barton. If Joey Barton was on that pitch, Joey Barton has a lifelong mission of making sure he gets you frustrated. And when he does that, he's looking for one thing. You get sent off. If it's for him to go as well too in the process, he has done his job. We will both get sent off together. Your team is down to 10 men. I want to see how you survive. Well, let's put that aside. Well, City, believe in me, I think Pep will have been regretting his decisions in this game because the game started in the worst way you can ever imagine. Just at 3 seconds, Rodri got injured. That was a warning sign. We've always said City's strength has been on the presence of Rodri in midfield. Basically, the record still stands that whenever Rodri is actually playing, City don't lose. Now, Rodri was already down in the first minute. If you noticed the incident that actually got him out of the field, it was basically him and Partey going for the ball. Partey didn't touch him. He went down on his own accord. That was already a sign. At that time, City were leading 1-0. You know, basically, Rodri is out. If you look at that City team, there is no one who can come in that midfield. Because you might want to say Kovacic, but let's face reality. Kovacic is more attack-minded in nature. He just basically has the chance to just shoot from outside. He tends to move towards the attack. He's not the one who tends to shield the defense line. So it was always going to be a major crisis. Now, the Arsenal equalizer. I know this person might want to complain. Walker will complain that basically the referee called him. But the truth is this. I think the rule tells us that you actually play by the whistle.
Yeah.
You actually play by the whistle. Now, the referee actually to proceed. What did you expect? Did you expect the referee to stop the game because you were actually off position? No way. The referee wasn't going to stop the game because you're off position. The referee waved play on. Arsenal had that chance. And at least, I must say it, I think Martinelli still needs a goal to get his confidence back. But he's actually getting, because it was only genius for him to decide not to drive in, but to just play that ball backwards. And Calafiori was free. It was just a one-time attempt. And what a way to actually get your debut goal in a big game. There's nowhere as bigger than that. Another thing we needed to talk about was set pieces. We said it last time that Arsenal seems to have gotten this gift in taking care of set pieces. The very first corner Arsenal had in that game, who met that ball? It was Gabi. It was already a warning sign that if you let this guy stay free, he can do damage. It was no surprise that the second corner that came in, same head, same outcome. It was a goal. It was at that point you already look at, okay, fine. For the first time in a game involving Pep and Arteta, I was seeing Pep becoming desperate. It was very, very obvious. Pep was looking for alternatives upon alternatives. And the problem was that the person who he was facing was also ready for those alternatives. Because if you notice one thing, when the red card came out, Arteta didn't say anything. He just brought them in, and no surprises, when they came out for second half, we noticed Bukayo wasn't on that squad. He had taken him out for Ben White. He actually said something. He said Ben White wasn't even meant to play because Ben White was having fitness issues, was having issues. But when Ben White told him, he said, boss, you need to put me on that field. That's to show you that they came in with an intent. This is a game we don't want to drop. And they came out. If you look at the second half, I think I said Arteta must have picked up lessons from Simeone, because this is a different side. This defensive pattern is not good for certain teams. And I'm actually surprised all of a sudden we are seeing the Arsenal side of Wenger 96, whereby when you hear 1-0 to the Arsenal, this is exactly what we saw. Defensive line, everyone stays put, no one goes anywhere, no attack, anything. We knew City were going to push. They gave and they gave and they gave. But the thing was, it had to take that crack. That deflection was what changed it, honestly. Yeah. And I would say this game was more or less like 2 points just for City, because I'm still looking at City playing Liverpool. I'm looking at City playing Chelsea. These were sides that gave City problems last season. Are we going to see somewhere whereby maybe they play Chelsea? Yes, they play Chelsea already, but they're going to have the second leg, obviously. It's going to be a challenge. But my major concern with them is Liverpool. Liverpool, we know, will not sit back. Liverpool will come all out. They are coming all out for City. Now I am trying to imagine a City navigating the season without Rodri. It's not good. And we know definitely Haaland will still get injured this season. It's just a matter of when. How will they survive? Well, Pep has got to strategize. He knows what he needs to do.
For me,
wrap up before we...
So for me, I don't really have much to say. Arsenal players should be proud of themselves. keeping a City out to 97 minutes.
97,
people are saying, no, you have to be consecrated for they were. That was a
They were.
deflection that
That was a
enough
deflection,
concentration
exactly.
that caused it. It was
It was a
luck.
deflection. It was luck.
And it came here, it was luck. It's not they lost concentration in the 9 seconds. People just go, if you have not played ball before, you will not understand.
You don't know how it is, honestly. You won't understand.
They lost concentration in 30 seconds of the match. They didn't lose concentration. It was
Do you know how
luck.
focused they were in that game? Arsenal had only 2 touches in the opposing half for 45 minutes. That was how focused they were in keeping shape at the back.
Yeah, against the arguably
the most dangerous attacking side in Europe, basically.
Side, someone that can score an hat-trick quite closing his eye, and they kept it like that. Kudos to them. It shows they've grown, they've matured.
They have really grown.
They didn't let themselves get bullied by anybody, which is also a good thing that they've decided to get up. Their next 2 features in the EPL are winnable features. I expect them to win it. But for Man City, early kickoff next week, we'll see where they take it from there.
All right,
and another
guys.
thing, I think to make it easy, to Arsenal fans, don't be too worried about the start. It's just only going to miss the Carabao game, so he'll be back for the next fixture. Thanks to the England resistance for that.
Is red card now 1 game?
It's 2 yellow cards. 3 yellow cards is a red, is 1 match. If it's a straight red, it's 3. Yeah.
All right, guys. I want to say thank you so much for joining us on this one. Jeffers, one love, bro. Thank you so much.
Whoa. All right.
All right. Bishop, thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Welcome. Enjoy yourself.
All right, people, smash the like on the video, subscribe to our channel. Telling you I really enjoy this particular show. At the same time, when we come back for the review of the next game, which is going to be Game 6, please subscribe, chill, be merry, and also make sure you are good. Bye for now, guys.